drops on Friday, but today we'll find out how he looks so good for 50 when Grace Helbig sits down with the cast.
That'll be good. I love Grace Helbig.
How are you feeling?
Better at moments. Like, it go back and forth between not needing to be on the pot and then being out here and being okay.
And I love that you're so up for it, because that's why Candace isn't here. She's not feeling well.
I think I gave her my little something.
You guys weren't kissing, were you?
No, we weren't kissing, but we're very good friends, and we get close, so I probably gave her something.
That's made a lot of viewers happy out there, hasn't it, everybody? Yes. Last night, obviously election night.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm very happy to say that, you know, I feel good today. Last night I went to Dan Tana's in West Hollywood. And this is so funny. I love this. This is the power of the web. And I'm sitting having dinner, and, you know, usually Dan Tana's on election night, they put the results and you follow it as you're watching. You know, some guy walked into the bar, sat down, and had the whole thing changed over to basketball.
What?
While the rest of us are sitting eating dinner, we went there purposely to see the election, right? And so I said something too. I called him the maitre d', but he was insulted. He was the waiter, and he was a bit kind of, you know, touchy with us the rest of the night. I wanted a substitute pasta with vegetable, and he said, we don't do substitutes. I was like, right, you've just done this. So I got on Twitter. And I started tweeting all my team out there.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
And I said, we've got a jerk of a waiter, and they're turning off the election. So what do I want you all to do? I want you all to phone this number. And as I paid the bill, we walked out, and I went, send. And I turned around, and I went, have a nice night, everybody. Walked out. The phones started ringing off the hook.
Love it.
And apparently, because people were calling up and saying, you know, why aren't you watching the election, you miserable people, blah, 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 they eventually denied that they had a television.
Well, good. They deserve that. I mean, who in their right mind in America is not watching the elections last night?
A lot of Republicans, they turned it off.
Oh, on that note, time now to run down the top things on the web.
Yes, we're going around the net. All right, Sarah. Show me the goods.
Oh, John, I'd show you the goods, but for some reason I think it wouldn't do it for you. Right? So, instead, first off, we have a woman with a pretty dubious exercise program. Is that good?
That's really good.
Let's go. You only live once. YOLO.
Oh my, this is why we need to spend more money on public education. Any money you spend on education is money you won't have to spend on health care later.
Yeah, that was Diane Sawyer sweating out the vodka. Allegedly. Actually, I didn't see her last night. Was it really that bad?
There was a lot of that going on. It's wonderful, allegedly. Yes.
Darn it, I missed it. I'll have to look it up. Now, John, you're gonna get this.
Okay.
Here's what a heated road rage incident looks like in Britain.
I'm very sorry, my friend.
My car again?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's an offence. Yeah?
Right.
Don't touch private property.
I'm very sorry, my friend.
As you can tell, it's quite difficult driving in these roads.
Yes.
People do undertake and overtake, especially bicycles. Yeah,
I realised that you may not have observed me in your mirror.
I knew you were there, but you're literally here.
Yes, okay.
Why can't you be there?
Why didn't you just back off and let me through if you knew I was there?
What do you mean?
Well, you were overtaking, yes?
Yeah, but the car in front was slowing down. I always try and give side
Okay, yes,
honestly, I do.
I don't have a horn. I can't alert you by any other means.
I understand.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Oh, man, what was that driver's blood T-level? He was outrageous.
Totally. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens in a country without guns. See? It's a slippery slope. If we ban them here, soon we'll be talking and not murdering each other all the time. And that, you know, the new Bond movie, it seems kind of boring to me. James Bond words with friends.
You get to go see James Bond tonight, are you so
I
excited?
do, I'm really excited. Yeah, a
I'm so
preview.
jealous.
It's going to be awesome. I think we're going to talk about it tomorrow. So
Okay.
anyway, what's up next?
Well, just a dude flexing for his bras.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What the f gross is that?
Why do you have so much veins? Something wrong with him.
Weirdest looking pass out I have ever seen in my whole life. Well, the real winner of this video is the guy who passed out. He didn't have to be with those guys anymore. He went to a better place. He did.
If I was in that room, this video would have turned out very differently. And we wouldn't have been able to show it on TV.
Oh, it would have. What would have happened?
I don't know, but
Give us a little something.
No, he would have woken up with a sore head.
A sore head. Oh!
She just got it.
Naughty.
Anyway.
Naughty. Up next, a wonderful video about the dangers of bath salts from the folks over at Funny or Die.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. I got this covered.
What is that?
What is that? It's bath salts.
Doesn't that make you like eat people?
That's the media overhyping everything, man. Just a little bit of this, give us the edge we need.
Well, that's why I'm sticking to meth.
Doesn't anyone just take baths anymore? No?
No. I liked it.
No, but you guys want to know something crazy? He never heard about the zombie apocalypse bath salt face eating thing.
I did not. In the UK, I hadn't heard about this, and when we went to the meeting and they're watching the video, I'm like, what is this relevant to? And then they told me that it actually happened. I mean,
I can't believe that. How is that not worldwide news?
Because there's like a war in Afghanistan and in Iraq and other things going on. We're not concerned about people snorting that in Florida.
We thought it was a zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
And finally, a very special video. Guess which country this video comes from? Yeah.
Oh, Japan. This should be good.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, we all know where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Sony.
The Lorax speaks for the trees. Sarah McLachlan reps the dogs. And Bill Nye is an ambassador of science. He stopped by Attack of the Show in August and chatted with Michael Ian Black.
Evolution is the fundamental idea in all of life science, in all of biology. It's very much analogous to trying to do geology without believing in tectonic plates. You're just not going to get the right answer. Your whole world is just going to be a mystery instead of an exciting place. And I say to the grown-ups, if you want to deny evolution and live in your world that's completely inconsistent with everything we observe in the universe, that's fine. But don't make your kids do it, because we need them. We need scientifically literate voters and taxpayers for the future. We need people that can, we need engineers that can build stuff, solve problems.
Bill Nye!
Yes, thank you all. Crazy, it's kooky.
Did I pronounce that right? It's called Science, is that
It's
right?
close, it's very much like that.
Okay.
I think it was Skio for a long time, but it is, if I may, all Greek to me.
Uh-huh. Wow.
But I think actually Skio
That's the
would be,
smartest joke that's ever been made on this show.
that I'm sure is pretty easy to document if you have hours and hours. Nope, that's it. No, but Skio would be Latin instead of Greek. Get it?
No.
So, okay.
Well, let me start off by saying, thrilled you're alive.
I know. Thank you.
There's rumors of your
It
demise.
happens every year.
Why?
My belief is that when people go back to college, they get time on their hands and they start going through their back issues of the Onion. I say issues; these would be things on that the computer the kids use.
Yep.
And the Onion killed me. It's getting to be several years ago.
How did they kill you?
With
jokes?
A weather, no. I mean, maybe. Weather balloon, depends what you consider. A weather balloon and vinegar and baking soda. But let the record show. If you vinegar and baking soda, you get
vinegar and baking soda.
Carbon dioxide.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say carbon dioxide.
And so carbon dioxide is heavier than air. So this stuff traditionally in a weather balloon is referred to as your lifting gas, your helium, your hydrogen.
Yep.
If you use carbon dioxide, it's your sinking gas. And that's, I think, a trick. But anyway, ever since then, every year, about August or so, I'm dead. But I'm very happy to be not dead, so this is all good.
Not happy is...
Yeah.
So we saw a clip from this video that you made.
Now, you say I made. I mean, I was there being interviewed about a whole bunch of other stuff, some science education issues. And
Well,
this
all we
website.
care about is the controversial stuff.
Yeah, I know. And so they asked me this company, can I say the other company on this network? Big Think, asked me about creationism, and it's something of deep concern to me, creationism, because it's holding us back.
And in the video, you say because it's incompatible with what we know to be true in the world. And so, let me ask you this: is creationism is it always incompatible with evolution and with science?
So far, and we're using look, just because the hair-splitting people will be out there putting this on the internet, the word creationism, as used in the United States, is this belief that the first couple pages of the Bible, as translated into English from some ancient languages, is literally true. That the Earth is literally less than 10,000 years old. That the moon literally creates its own light instead of reflecting sunlight. And that those things are not right. That's not right. So let go, people.
You're totally wrong, I guess. The moon creates its own light, Bill. Doesn't it?
How are we doing on time?
The video got a lot of heat.
I know, man, a couple million views.
And were you surprised?
That's good. Yeah, I'm very surprised, because I did the thing, just if those of you watching this live, what is today, August 30th, 2012. I did it in June, almost May. And so it sat there, it languished all that time until someone had the brilliant marketing idea. No, listen to me. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It was the same video, but they put creationism is bad for kids, which I didn't literally say, but I'm not in a position.
You basically said it. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you said creationism is bad for kids, Bill Nye.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put the words in your mouth.
I'll put them in now. Yeah, it's bad. And, and the reason it's bad, I was born in the U.S. I don't know any better. Okay, so I am...
The U.S. or Kenya, Bill? With these crazy socialist Marxist ideas of yours.
Let me tell you what else. I don't know. Okay? People give me some paperwork. I'm at this point in our story, I'm like 4.5. I look at my feet imprints. Are they mine? You know, I take people's word for it. All right.
Faith-based education is what I hear you promoting right now.
Let's
You're
not
taking
lose
their
the
word
thread.
for it.
Let's not lose the thread.
All right.
We want the United States. We're on television right now. We have lights. We have all these this wonderful flooring material. All right. None of this would be here without science. None of this would be here without engineers who understood how to manufacture things at a reasonable cost, so that this fabulous network could have these things here. And this goes back a couple of centuries with the United States. I mean, you can start with Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Alva Edison, George Washington Carver, the guys who get all these vaccines, Salk, and now you got your Billy Bob Gates and your Mark Zuckerberg. These people are innovators. They understand science. They use science to make things and solve problems. That's what we need.
Right.
If you have a worldview that is wrong or incompatible with everything that we can observe in the universe,
you end up with the Sistine Chapel or something stupid like that.
No, as a matter of fact, in that example, in the example of the Sistine Chapel, it's the Catholic Church accepts evolution nominally. They accept that there's life elsewhere in the universe. They don't fight this battle. No, it's a unique, very, very small group that's quite vocal.
And there was a Gallup poll I saw. 46% of Americans believe in creation.
Yeah, so I'm open-minded, of course, and skeptical, but I wonder about the phrasing of that question. 50% of people don't believe in science. I mean, it's
you don't buy it.
Well, it's troubling. Because the United States is so good at science. People throw around the term Silicon Valley all the time. Those are all engineers. Those are all math and science people.
So we hear about creationism. We also hear about climate change as being controversial.
Yes.
And why is it? Why are these things so controversial in any way? Why can't people just accept the science?
Well, if I were king of the forest, and I'm not. So I think for most people, it's unbelievable. It's literally incredible. That is to say, you are a senator from Oklahoma, you grow up in wide open space, your neighbors are really far away from you, and you literally can't imagine that people could change the climate of a whole planet. However, consider this following, if you would. Please, consider the following. If you go back to when I was a kid, there were 3 billion people in the world. I remember when it became 3 billion, around 1965. And then now there's 7 billion. There used to be 300 parts per million of carbon dioxide in the world, like shortly after World War II. Now there's 400. Right. So it's not just that there's a lot of people and there's a lot of carbon dioxide and methane and other greenhouse gases. It's that it's going so fast. Right. This is the thing, this is the key, everybody, is the speed has never been this high.
So things are changing. We're seeing sort of climate evolution, so to speak, at work.
So all these people living on a pretty small planet, and if you look at the Earth from outer space, the atmosphere is this little thing. It's like the layer of varnish on the globe, as the saying goes. So these people, among which we are whom, Sikh, are changing the world. And so we want to address this right away. And so I say to everybody, since I have this forum, Michael.
Yes,
He's dozed off. The guy's dozed off. Since just before you vote this year, take the environment into account. No matter what plans you have to vote, no matter if you're voting for president or your congressman or senator or your local alderman or whatever it is, take the environment into account. It's serious business. It affects everybody in the world because
we all live in the environment.
That's right. We all share the atmosphere. You can't get away from that. We all share the air.
On that note, thank you, Bill
Thank
Nye,
you for the
science guy.
Still ahead, Grace Helbig gets in a little bonding time with Skyfall stars Daniel Craig and Javier Bardem. Stick around.
Need some good tunes to play when you're rocking the earbuds or blasting music in your car? You are in luck. Freebies is back with some new music you can download completely free of charge.
I've been reading too much, I've been thinking too much. I've been missing the way, that's what too much.
First up is Time Capsules from the indie duo Miser.
So just bury me in your backyard in a box full of things you can completely part with.
Miser has made up of members of pop-punk bands Transit and This Time Next Year, who've teamed up for the first full-length release, Every Day I Tell Myself I'm Going to Be a Better Person. Next up, we've got the whole We Could Fall in Love EP from Gadget Pr0n. You may recognize Hesta from her time with the hip-hop trio Northern State, but in recent years she's been DJing up a storm and releasing one infectious track after another. Keep an eye on her website as she's organizing a giant Miss Pac-Man bracket tournament for charity next spring. And finally, we've got Montage from Philadelphia's City Rain. City Rain's sound combines surf, new wave, funk, and electro, and have been compared to both the Postal Service and New Order. This title track from their latest EP captures the feelings of mortality and growth vocalist Ben Runyon was going through when he wrote it. All three songs are gifts from the artist to you, so what are you waiting for? Head on over to G4TV.com and grab some freebies.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Wednesday, November 7th, and here are your top stories. The FCC has ordered AT&T to refund customers who were unfairly forced out of their pay-as-you-go wireless plans into monthly data contracts. AT&T stopped offering pay-as-you-go plans to new customers back in 2009, but told existing customers that they could keep the plan. But it seems AT&T didn't make good on their promise. When pay-as-you-go customers went to upgrade or replace their phones, AT&T applied the new price structure. Now the company will pay customers up to $30 for each month they were subjected to the additional charge. Yeah, justice. Next up, the tech world has been making headlines today. Here's what's happening. First, get excited. Xbox Smart Glass is now available for iOS devices. Yes, as long as your iPad, iPhone, or whatever is running iOS 5.0 and higher, you can get this ultimate second screen experience for free. The Smart Glass app replaces the Xbox Companion app and lets you control your system in a bunch of cool new ways. To get started, all you have to do is download it. In other smartphone news, this morning the popular tech site The Verge published a report fueling rumors that Microsoft Office will finally come to iOS and Android phones, and it'll happen early next year. Apparently, several sources close to Microsoft say Office Mobile will be launched in the form of free apps that will all support viewing on the go for Word, PowerPoint, and Excel documents. And if you purchase a subscription to Office 365, you can make basic edits. And yesterday, privacy won a battle against Google when Do Not Track support was finally added to its web browser, Chrome. This means you can navigate from website to website without being on Google's radar, but it's turned off by default. So if you want to travel the interwebs in seclusion, John, listen up, just make sure to turn it on. First, in the browser's customization menu, John, can you just get...
I opened up my laptop in a meeting this morning, and I opened it up, and there was, let's just say there was cracks on my screen.
So good. We've all been there, though, right?
I love it!
Yay! And finally, DC Comics is expanding its digital content by putting all of its monthly titles on sale at the iBookstore, the Kindle Store, and the Nook Store. This makes the company the first major comic book publisher to sync online and in-store title releases. Before this announcement, only DC's graphic novels were available to purchase online. Your move, Marvel. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. And now, the newest Bond girl in town is none other than Grace Helbig.
Hey, did you know this guy turned 50? The world's most celebrated womanizer is back in Skyfall, and just in time because a very disgruntled employee is going postal on MI6. It's up to 007 to take him down. despite his age.
I do hope that wasn't from me.
But that is.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, the 007 franchise is 50 years old, so by my calculations, Bond is 80, and you look great.
Good for 80.
Really good. What kind of skin cream are you using?
Yeah.
That's great. Now, after 50 years of Bond, what did you guys set out to do with this film?
Just make the best film we could. I think that's about it. It's all you can do. Try not to sort of think about the expectation and get the best people and just try and do the best you can. It's all you can do.
You got me. Now, here's your prize.
What makes Silva, your character, so dangerous to Bond?
We tried to do a little homage to the classic Bond villains, but at the same time, a person who really belongs to the day of today in terms of technology.
Yeah, you used YouTube. You used it a lot differently than I use YouTube.
Yeah.
You're not will likely die. Mommy was very bad.
Eve bashed up the car pretty good. She missed her shot. She almost killed 007. How did that girl not get fired? Are the British that polite?
No, but she got demoted. She got taken out of the field.
Yeah.
That was like pain enough. But they put a lot of work and training and so on into getting an MI6 agent ready. So I don't think they'd want to lose all their money by dragging her, you know, out of the MI6 altogether. Take the bloody shot.
Now, there's an overriding theme of old versus new, cyber terrorism. How do you think that this changing world is impacting MI6?
Well, I think, every time I pass MI6 in London, all the lights are always on every night. And I think, and no wonder. I don't know how they keep up with everything.
Who doesn't appreciate the occasional twist, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
You met James for 10 minutes, and then he walks naked into your shower. Why didn't you call the cops?
Amazing. It is unreal. It was like a dream. I didn't have to force him or whatever. No, it was fantastic.
I bet. That didn't look like work at all.
How much do you know about fear? Well, not like this.
Now, the gadgets, the girls, the violence. How does this 50-year-old Bond stack up, in your opinion?
I'm just very proud to be in it. I'm proud of it. I think that we had to make a movie that could represent the 50 years, and Sam's just directed a beautiful movie, and that's all I care about.
After 23 films, 1,000 loose women, and more vodka than the ocean, he's still alive. Celebrate the miracle of James Bond at Skyfall.
Thanks, Grace. Daniel Craig. I'll see you later.
Hey. Stay tuned, Tony Hawk. We'll skate in here live.
Hey.
The feed is brought to you by The General Insurance. For a great low rate you can get online, go to The General and save some time.
Please welcome professional skateboarder Tony Hawk.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, good, thank you.
Now, I do have to say, you were sending an Instagram just before we came on air to all your peeps out there to get them watching.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
Yeah.
You guys watching now?
5 more viewers. All right, so Bones Brigade.
Bones Brigade.
We go back to the 80s, 90s. You guys were so influential in what you were doing. What made the group so special at that particular time?
Well, really, it was Stacy's eye for talent, because he was our coach. He's the one who sort of brought us all together as relatively unknown skaters, and he could just tell that we were all very progressive and that we had something that was special. And through those years, I mean, most of the revolutionary tricks happened because of our team.
All right, so the tricks happened. The team created loads of tricks. Just a little. Who was the best at that time amongst you guys? Who would you say was best?
Well, see, that we all had different styles, but Rodney Mullen was considered a freestyler at the time, which means he's basically, for all intents and purposes, ballerina. Like, it's ballet, doing pirouettes and stuff like that.
I love how you say that.
But the stuff that he was doing, that's what freestyle was considered. But Rodney was on another level of freestyle in that he was maneuvering his board in ways that we never imagined. And so he's the first guy to ever do a flatland ollie, to do an ollie off the ground, to do a kickflip, 360 flip, ollie impossible. That's all Rodney. So he really created the modern street movement. In terms of, we were bowl skaters, which eventually became vert.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff we were doing was more like the McTwists and the hand plants and the aerials and things like that, but all of it was sparked with our team.
So doing all that at the time, I mean, doing tricks now has changed a bit differently of how you learn them because they're using foam pits.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and you guys, you didn't.
Lucky them.
Yeah, you didn't use foam pit. Oh, the videos we've had, fantastic. But how many accidents did you guys? I mean, things like broken. How many bones have you broken?
Well, I've only officially broken 3, but at that time, I took a lot of hits, got a lot of concussions, knocked out my teeth about 5 times, and a lot of stitches, things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
It was. I mean, I at one point, I had visited the hospital so much in my teenage years that the doctor pulled me aside to see if my parents were beating me. It didn't seem that funny at the time.
Sorry, I'm sure it didn't.
No, it was weird. And to me, I was so passionate. I loved it so much. I just kept coming back to it because I knew that's where my heart was.
But see, that's what's great because you guys were completely passionate about what you were doing. I mean, and to this day, obviously, you know, you're still doing it. You get to go to do your work, and it's something that you absolutely love doing. That if you, with the new guys who are doing it, or sorry, go back with other guys who were doing it at the time, was there any jealousy with you guys, with your group?
Not really. You know, we all, like I said, we all had different styles. We're all competing against each other, but we were also, there was a team camaraderie between us because we were all pushing for each other to do well.
But you guys were like the good guys.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, a lot of people thought of us as the Boy Scouts just because we weren't out there partying and raging. But the bottom line was we were all too passionate about the skating to let anything else interfere with that.
Did you think that all the footage that you were taking, because you guys were kind of ahead of your time in the way of, you know, videoing yourself? I mean, because the internet now is just full of stuff. But did you ever think then that you'd be sitting, you know, something like now, putting it out there for millions upon millions of fans to see?
No, never, not at all. I mean, I was lucky that my dad had a Super 8 camera and that he did shoot a lot of this stuff in the competitions and things, but we just thought it was fun to watch it at home and rewind the film and play it backwards. That was the most exciting thing for us.
Did you get in on the editing of this and check out what they were putting in?
Yeah, but only in terms of trick-wise, because I felt very strongly that some of the most iconic tricks came from that era and that they had to be included. And it's a lot of the time, if you're watching it and you don't know much about skating, it's just going to look like another flip trick. But when we have Rodney Mullen doing the first double 360 flip, that's pretty major, and it was in the mid-'80s.
What, if we were to talk about tricks, what is your best, and you think of yourself, your most iconic trick?
Well, I think most people associate me with the first 900, and I'm very proud of that. It's one that I chased for the longest, for sure. But that came after the Bones Brigade era. So in terms of Bones Brigade era, probably 720.
And are you helping out? I mean, I know your charity is building skate parks for, you work with charities to build skate parks for...
Yeah, I have a charity that builds skate parks in low-income areas. We try to give funding and resources to communities that want to get a park going in their area. And to date, we've given away over $4 million, and we've helped to fund over 500 parks.
Good. And I have a house in the UK, and just down from us in the village where I live, they've got a skate park. So it's everywhere.
They are. Yeah, they're really cropping up, and I could just see them more in affluent areas over the past. So I wanted to help direct that funding and that interest to the kids who really need it the most.
Yeah, just don't give them foam pits. We need the videos.
Yeah, no, foam pits won't last outdoors when they're not monitored anyway.
Can I be so cheeky and ask you to sign a board for me?
Yeah, sure.
Is that awesome?
Nice wheels, by the way. Yeah.
It matches me.
Is this the Bones Brigade era, 80s right here?
I think so.
Is that the
or it's just the gay wheels for me. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure. Right on.
Everybody give it up for Tony Hawk!
Thank you.
You can buy Bones Brigade, an autobiography now at bonesbrigade.com. Sarah, how you doing over there, dollface?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
I got a board!
I saw it. So cool. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Still ahead, Matt Myra's got a new gaming laptop. Don't miss Gadget Pr0n right after this. Is this it? Oh my God. Okay, this is it? This is heavy. Jeez. You're strong. Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Get ready to lock and load. Skyfall's Bond babe Naomi Harris drops by the studio. Then on Gadget Pr0n, Matt Meyer rates Samsung's latest handheld, the Galaxy Note 2. And in indie games, we run over the Undead with Zombie Driver HD and test out our puzzle-solving skills with the side-scroller PID.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
Oh, hey, Matt Myra. What do you have for us today? Yeah!
Well, hey, hi, everybody. I don't have anything as cool as a Tony Hawk
Yeah, I'll put it down.
skateboard.
I'm going to ride it home later.
I wanted one so bad when I was a kid, and I got a Ninja Turtle one. Didn't work out. Anyway, here's the deal. We've reviewed a few 17-inch gaming laptops for the past few months, but we've got another one today. This one claims to be the fastest gaming laptop on the market.
Ooh.
It's the Digital Storm X17E, and here is some more info on it. Upgrade your PC gaming status to hardcore with the Digital Storm X17E. This 17-inch gaming laptop is powered with an Intel i7 Extreme Edition processor that's overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. It also features NVIDIA's SLI technology with 2 GTX 680s driving your games. This new gaming laptop can be yours starting at $2,000. Here it is, everybody. Ooh. It is pretty much what you would expect from a 17-inch gaming laptop. It's thick, it's heavy, it's a little over 9 pounds. Like a baby. But the design is actually less aggressive than usual. It's only got 2 stickers on it as opposed to a million. It's about as pretty as the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's a little ridiculous. And on top of that, not only is the computer itself 9 pounds, but you get to carry around the power, which is this.
No! This is the guy I don't want in front of me in the airport. You know what I mean?
No, it's for my laptop. It's not. I swear to God. Now, okay, so that's out of the way. Let's talk about ports. You get 4 USB 3.0, those blue guys. That lets you know there's 3.0 in there instead of just the regular 2. There's eSATA, HDMI, and gigabit Ethernet. So you got the usual suspects for a gaming PC. It's got a full-size keyboard, which is LED backlit, and you can even change the colors, kids.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. The trackpad's a little weird on this. It's kind of sticky. It's got a weird sort of sticky feel. Not a huge fan of that.
It's like, you know, that the material they put on solar panels. That's what it feels like.
I wouldn't know that. I'm for big oil. But true PC gamers will hook up the mouse anyway, so they're really not going to use the trackpad anyway.
All right, so this is humongolungus.
Sure
right?
is.
17.3, that's like that word?
Good word.
17.3-inch screen.
Yeah.
How good is it?
It's actually a really good-looking screen. The resolution's 1920 by 1080, so you can essentially play games at full high definition. LED backlit, glossy surface, so colors popped. I know a lot of people prefer the matte display to this model, but let's be honest, if you're buying this, you haven't been outside in a while. Sunlight's not going to be a problem. Overall, it's a very solid display.
Okay, and now let's talk about power because this is huge, it's massive, it's going to be really powerful.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because the one we're testing costs $4,200.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, it's a very expensive machine. It's the price of a '97 Toyota. We tested the ultimate configuration here. The specs are an Intel Core i7 Extreme Edition processor.
Yeah.
It's been overclocked, kids, to 4.5 gigahertz. That means something if you know what that means. It's impressive.
That's humongolungadungus.
16 gigs of RAM, a solid-state drive, and 2 4-gigabyte NVIDIA GTX 680 GPUs. That is 8 gigs of total video RAM. That's the face that I had the day my dad brought home a 64 meg video card. And now I'm just like, really? 8 gigs of video. It's got so much power.
Okay, so it's got a lot of power. How actually do the games look?
Well, I'll tell you what, they look amazing.
Oh, good.
They look amazing. We played Dishonored on this. Now, take a look at this. You're not seeing any drop frames. You're not seeing any weird artifacts or anything like that. This handles full res, no problem whatsoever. A lot of the game PCs we test on here, you're still getting drop frames. You're getting weird stuff on them. And this thing No problem whatsoever. We played one of the most graphic-intensive games ever, Crysis 2. We don't have footage of it because Steam decided not to cooperate us while we were shooting B-roll.
How dare you.
But trust me, it worked when we were upstairs, and it was great. The rig handled that game at maximum settings with no problem whatsoever. So I wasn't too surprised because this is, what is going on over here?
No, because I'm excited because it's a big machine.
Yeah.
It's ready to go.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing that when someone on an airplane puts this up next to you, you have no room next to you because they've got this big screen. How long's the battery life?
Oh, well, the battery life, kids, get used to it. 1 hour. So you're you're dealing with a gaming laptop that if you really ever want to use it, bring this. Bring this giant thing with it. Now here's
if
the
you
deal.
plug that into a plane, it is gonna go down. The engines are gonna fail.
The plane will, as soon as this is plugged in, the plane falls out of the sky. Do not plug this in on a plane, ladies and gentlemen. It's worth noting that it has NVIDIA's Optimus technology, which is not as cool as the Autobots, but it does shut down any graphic power that is not in use. So the two GPUs aren't going to be running full bore the whole time. So, I mean, honest to God, it's a lot of stuff to carry.
It's a heavy stuff to carry. The Digital Storm X17E starts at around $2,000 for the basic configuration, and the one we tested comes in at $4,139.
Yeah.
You can buy a Toyota for that one.
You sure can.
But who would want to? Anyway, Matt Mara, what's the verdict?
Well, John, we were given this 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Now, let me explain. It's a ridiculously fast laptop. The display is very good. And the design is the most boring. At a premium price, it doesn't really feel like a fully premium product. So you're spending $4,200 on this model, which is what we're rating, the 3 out of 5. And, you know, if you want a super fast gaming laptop and you're going to get into that kind of money, you're probably going to go with something like maybe Falcon Northwest. They hand build their stuff. It's actually better build quality.
Yeah.
Those guys are actually turning screws.
And built for you.
And built for you. That's the moral of the story, kids. If you're going to spend $4,000, save it. We're in a recession.
Exactly. And you can have a lot more stuff. Anyway, good stuff. Thanks, Matt Mara.
I can't afford it. I just lost my job. That's it for today's Gadget Pr0n, kids.
Hey!
All right, now it's time for today's epic fail.
Today, one small leap for man, one giant leap for fail kind.
There's no hope for humanity.
Are you all right?
After ingesting that meningitis pool water, the guy's tailbone is going to be the last of his worries.
Yeah, it's okay. He belongs to the pool swamp now.
Oh.
Well, it's fabulous hosting with you today.
It was really good fun today because normally you just come in, you kind of sashay, you do your thing, and then you're
I'm
away.
out. I know.
Yeah.
It's nice to hang around for a
It was
little
really
bit.
good. And we hope Candace is back. You know,
We
it feels
do.
better.
Love that lady.
You know, get yourself well, Candace. We'll
Yes.
see it soon anyway. That really didn't sound sincere. I really
awkward
mean it.
moment on TV
That was the most
ever.
awkward moment.
Thanks to Tony Hawk, Matt